Live. Hi, Tri Valley. Welcome to Hot Takes Episode 2, where we eat incredibly hot wings and ask hot questions. Get hot takes from some of your favorite staff members. We have with us today, joining us, Mr. Marcotte and Mr. Berenguer. Hello, both of you.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Okay. Mr. Berenguer, you are a native of, originally from Spain. Are you accustomed to eating hot foods?
I'm not at all. Actually, people think that since I'm from Spain, I love spicy food, but Spain is not Mexico. Mexico is not Spain. And the first time I ate spicy food was here. I couldn't handle it. So we'll see how I do.
Okay. Well, we have just 3 wings today, and they are much spicier than last time, so we'll see how that goes. How about you, Mr. Marcotte? Are you a wings fan?
Love wings, and they love me. So,
Okay.
as far as they stick around forever, I swear.
All right. So I'm sure you'll handle these fine. There'll be no issues on your end either. Let's get right down to it. So our first wing, once again, thank you to Game Day Grill for providing us our wings today. Dave Hadelman and his crew there at Game Day. You can carry out or order for delivery if you're in the Tri Valley area. Please support our local businesses, and Game Day, thank you for providing us the food for today. So the first wing is the hot buffalo. So go ahead, guys, and enjoy hot buffalo.
All right, let's see.
That's a good wing.
Okay, gentlemen. So one of my favorite days of this school year was the day we had the ping pong championship matches. It was actually something that we had planned for months. Once we heard that Mr. Berenguer was a performer, semi-pro ping pong player.
Semi-pro.
We talked about doing this. Yes. So he was from his part of a what was that, a national team in Spain, Mr. Berenguer?
Yeah, that was long ago, but yeah.
Wow.
So once we heard that, we knew we had to set up him against students and, of course, Mr. McCormick. My first question is to you, Mr. Berenguer. Were you taking it easy on Coach Mack when you played him during the school competition?
Well, I first must say that it was long ago since the last time I played. But once I warm up, I had to slow down a little bit. I didn't want to. I just didn't want to. How to say this? Humiliate. So yeah, I mean, I was taking it easy. But I look forward to a rematch. Actually, I hope he has been training, and we can play again. Yeah.
So then, how did you get your start? Really quickly, how did you get your start playing ping pong?
Well, I think that was a matter of not being good at soccer. Soccer is a big thing in Spain, and I had to go to training, and my mom was not capable of taking me to Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I couldn't get better. So, and I actually wanted to play something, and it was super random, basically because since my mom is a doctor, one of her patients was a young girl that was a Spanish champion, and she was the one that proposed me to at least try ping pong. And once I tried, I couldn't stop. To the fact that I was playing so much that my grades were not getting as optimal as they should. So that caused me a little trouble when I was a kid. But it was completely random the way I started. I just met someone that was a champion, and I tried, and I liked it, and it was my passion for so long. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. So, Mr. Marcotte, to you, how would you rate your ping pong skills?
Average to below average. Definitely not semi-pro.
All right. And so then, well, maybe we could look at, do you have any random useless talent that you're particularly proud of?
I have, I think, an innate ability to remember things a lot more than the average person for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I remember names of kids back from my first year here at Tri Valley, back from my first years of teaching. I remember naming kids. I remember what year things happened, and I always seem to can peg it on the head of what year that happened or who was there and whatever else. So yeah, I seem to have an ability to remember things.
Well, that's definitely not a useless talent. That's something that actually probably pays off for you.
It drives Becky crazy, that's for sure.
I'm sure. Okay, so question number 2, where it's coming at you. But first, let's have our wing number 2. So wing number 2 is a sauce of the Carolina Reaper pepper. So we're not playing around here. We're going straight to number 2, the Carolina Reaper.
Reaper pepper. That doesn't have a good name to it at all.
Spicy already. Let's see.
Wait for it. It's going to hit.
Okay, so question number 2. Both of you are artists, but in different ways. Mr. Marcotte, you're obviously into music. And Mr. Berenguer, you actually, although you teach Spanish, you actually have a history as an art teacher, and you are pretty well known in the area for your paintings and visual arts.
Thank you.
Let's talk about music and visual arts. So questions for both of you. We'll start with Mr. Marcotte, you first, then go to Mr. Berenguer for both of these. If you were participating in a WWE style wrestling match, which song would you want played when you enter the ring, and why?
I would want Jay Giles' Rage in the Cage. That's what I want. That's
Rage in the Cage, very fitting. So what era was the Jay Giles band for the students?
That's 1980s. And yeah, they were, as they call it back when I was in college and high school, it's a horn band. And they had horns that played along, like Chicago, Earth, Wind and Fire. So Jay Giles was another one that had horns that, I always enjoyed Jay Giles. So
Rage in the Cage.
Rage in the Cage.
All right. And so to you, Mr. Berenguer, you're getting ready to participate in a death match, in a WWE style wrestling match. So what would be the song when they announced your name and you ran out onto what would you be wanting the music? What music would you want played?
I debating, I had 2, but I'm going to choose the Terminator one. I really like that song. For some, like you can impress some kind of fear to the opponent, and I think it's quite the song that I would choose. If not, I would use the Rocky, but I think that's typical. So I think the Terminator one.
So the theme song to Terminator.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You actually remind me of the Terminator in many ways, Berenguer. I could see that.
Yeah, I have that cold spirit that you never doubt about things.
Right. So question number 2. One of the most popular visual arts in the world today are cartoons. And that's also one of the visual arts I get more in my house more than any others because of my little kids. So, cartoons. Which cartoon character is most like you? And compare yourself to that cartoon character. All right, Mr. Marcotte, what do you think? Which cartoon character is most like you, and how would you compare yourself to them?
I think I always loved Tom and Jerry back when I was growing up. The old Tom and Jerry, where they just beat the crap out of each other the whole time. So, but I think I'm like the mouse a little bit, and Jerry, because I feel like that he's always conniving and he's always thinking about something and how he can, I don't know. I have that kind of mind sometimes too. What always formulating something. I don't know. I think that kind of reminds me of myself a little bit there.
Very good. So the mouse, is that Jerry?
I think so. Yeah. Tom's a cat, right?
Tom's a cat. Yeah. Okay. So Jerry. All right. And so for you, Mr. Berenguer, the cartoon character that you're most like and why?
I really love Donald Duck, and the reason why is because he's all the time getting in useless trouble, and he is always a little grumpy, and everything goes the wrong way. But I must admit that I'm not like him, and sometimes while watching cartoons with my son, and I say how much I like Donald Duck, my wife says that I am more like Goofy. So And Goofy is not very popular. Is that true? It's not that popular compared to Donald Duck, but I think I'm more like Goofy, sadly.
Well, I think Goofy is much more lovable.
Yeah.
Than, Mr. Berenguer, can you give us your best Donald Duck voice?
Let me try. Okay.
Very good. Very good. Just like him. All right. And now for our third and final wing. This is the sauce of the ghost pepper. The ghost pepper sauce.
I've heard of that. And it's, oh my God, okay.
Are you right?
I'm going to be ready.
Enjoy, gentlemen.
That's right.
Woo!
Wow. Ooh.
Oh. Oh, that doesn't feel, that's not nice.
Mm.
Oh. All right. Oh. Ooh. Oh, man. All right, that's needles. All right. So, Mr. Berenguer, you're in your first year at Tri-Valley. Mr. Marcotte, you are perhaps the longest tenured teacher currently on staff. Oh, it's hard to talk. So I am interested to hear how each of you will answer this question. In your eyes, what makes Tri-Valley special? Mr. Berenguer, we'll go with you first.
I'll try to speak, but I don't think my mind is making much sense. But
yeah.
Well, I think Tri-Valley is special for many reasons, many reasons. I'm going to be a little serious now, but the first time I came here, I was landing, and something that I could notice was people treat each other like family. And certainly that's something that I was looking for. And not only realizing that is an everyday way of interacting with teachers and students, but the fact that it's not only something that people say, you can see it, you can feel it every day. And I also want to say something that I noticed.
Mr. Berenguer, are you not feeling that right now?
I was trying to talk about students and how great they are and their spirits.
Yeah.
How much they support each other. At the first time I went to a football game, I went because it was my first football game. Didn't know what it was, and actually, I ended up liking it very much. That I have come to as many games, volleyball, basketball, as I can, because it's something that I enjoy. Not only the game, but actually the fact that you get to see parents, you get to see students supporting each other. And to be honest with you, I don't think that's common. You don't see that in other centers, I don't know, I work in universities, you don't see that. And that's something that I truly appreciate every day.
Very good. Same thing with you, Mr. Marcotte.
I've been here a lot of years, and it's always amazed me with the amount of acceptance everybody has for each other. You know, students, faculty, hardworking people. You know, and again, students and faculty both. You know, there's no such thing as not being your best. And the kids that are always leading the way are the best kids you ever want to meet with or work with, and those are the kids that you'll stack up against any school and say, you know, we have the best kids. And families that matter, you know, it's just, you know, the family atmosphere is something that we all can agree on. It happens with the families, and it happens with the faculty, and it happens with everybody when we're all together in the same building. So yeah, it's pretty unique and very special. Yeah. Having an opportunity to work here, it's pretty great.
I agree. Thank you for both of you. So you have survived Tri-Valley's hot takes. How was it? Tasty?
It was fun. It was.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
The last wing was extreme.
Yeah, that was not needed. I don't find any enjoyment in that last wing at all. And I can't wait to be done with this. So with that said, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to go find some milk.
All right.
Give them a gallon.
See you, Tri Valley.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for
Bye.